Today we're going to be working on your front handspring. We're going to start with some basic skills that you can start with no matter what ability level you are. And you probably need to start with these and build the correct skills that you need to do your front handspring correctly. So we're going to start with a kick to a bridge or a kip to a bridge. You'll be laying on your back in an inverted pike upside down, and you're going to be kicking to a bridge, pushing with your arms. The important thing here is to kick with straight legs. I'm going to have Brooklyn here. I think Brooklyn will be in here today to show us this. So you start laying on your back. You set your hands like for a bridge. So then we're going to kick, lift up. There we go. Good. Excellent. Let's do that one more time. Remember, you don't want your hips to go to the ground. You want to kick like you're going through the candlestick position that's in our skill builder workout. So let's do it again. Kick. All right. All right. The feet were a little bit too far, so you can see what happens if your feet don't get under you. Your bridge will slide out from under you. Come on, let's try another one right here. So that's why you want to lift your hips up so you can get your feet under your back. So she's going to kick up, kick under. Very good. That time she got her feet under her. Very good bridge. The next skill that you need to look at being able to do is shifting your weight onto your legs. So the next thing on this skill is you got to get all the weight on your legs. We got to be able to push with your arms and your fingers so we can get to a position where we can arch up to a stand. So again, these two skills that we're about to do are in your skill builder basic workout. We're going to do the rocking bridge. If you've done it, you'll know what that is, the rocking bridge, and the fingertip push rocking bridge. So let's start in your bridge again. Yeah, she's going to do a back bend in. So the rocking bridge is bend your legs and straighten your legs. Bend your legs, straighten your legs. Good. She's shifting her weight from her hands to her feet. So now she's going to bend her legs more, put more weight on her legs, and start pushing with her fingers. Rock and push. There we go. More. She's got to put, now she's getting all the weight on her legs. Good. Pushing with those fingers. Excellent job. All right. Now come on down. So. All right, now we've switched over here to an 8-inch mat. I'm going to show you the back bend drill. We have another video of this that you want to check out. So what we're going to do is the back bend down and the arch back up. So we're going to take the fingertip push we just saw and put it into this drill right here. You want to be going onto a soft mat, a raised mat at first. So she's going to be reaching backwards. You want to see the arms behind the head the whole time. She's going to do back bend down, shift the weight backwards, and then shift the weight forward, and then arch back up. Good. Let's do that again. So, arch back down, arch back up. Excellent job. So again, you don't want to be pulling your arms and your head up. I've got a whole video on that, so go to the reach video to really cover that well. We're going to go ahead and progress to the next skill that you want to do to get your front handspring going. So you can see here we have switched to a situation where we got these trapezoid mats and we've got a nice soft landing mat here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the kip to the bridge and add the arch up to it. If I can have Brooklyn come over here, you're going to start, actually over here we're going to be kicking our legs over to the soft mat. So I'll have to have you spin around so your feet are over here. Good, now you want to get, like if she laid down right here, she wouldn't be able to kick her feet under. So what you want to do is scoot and try to get your lower back right here on the edge. Yes, yeah, like that. So you can see how her hips are over there. Now to be able to lift your legs up, you may have to reach back here and grab the mat like that so you can lift your legs up. Oh, there we go. Now set your hands to do the bridge. She's going to kick right to the bridge and arch all the way up to the stand. Ready to go. Kick, push. There we go. Good. So those are your main two skills in your front handspring, is kicking those legs around, getting your feet under you, and pushing with those arms and arching up without dropping your arms or your head. So let's do that again. There we go. Right. Kick, push. There we go. Oh, perfect example of dropping the chin. So you can see what happens when you drop that chin, trying to help yourself. It makes your bridge fall backwards. So to eliminate that when you're pushing, you've got to keep your chin up, act like you're looking back at the ground, just like what's in the skill builder workout and in our reach video. It talks about looking backwards and keeping your eyes on the ground right here. Let's do it again. This time we're going to keep reaching back. Kick. There we go. Excellent. So remember in the skill builder, when we're doing the rocking bridge, we're trying to get all the weight on our legs. We're trying to push our hips forward. That's also in the reach video, pushing your hips forward. Well, that's how you get out of this bridge, is to get your hips in front of your feet. So the key position we're looking for here is not to kick your feet way out there, but to kick your feet around under your body. We want to kick our feet back toward the block, and with your arms, you want to push your hips and your stomach toward that wall. So you did that pretty well last time. Let's do it again. Kick, adding skills. So kick, push. There we go. She got her feet close. Now I want to see more push with your arms and push your hips forward more. Up, nice. Kick and push. Now on that one, she kicked us straight up. This is going to be real important when we're doing the head springs. You got to get your hips going forward so that you can have the momentum that you need to get from your hands to your feet and over there in our next tumble skill. So you want to have to kick your hips forward and up. Do it again. And around, yeah, straight up again. So now she's kicking as if she was doing a backward roll to a handstand. So what you want to do is kick your legs forward and then under your body. Scoot forward a little bit. So right now she wouldn't be able to get her feet close. Yeah, remember you want your lower back right there. Hands ready. Good. Now kick it forward. Good. That time you can see the kick going that way. And that's going to get her momentum going forward. Remember, so front handspring, you got to be going forward. You want to kick those feet around. Try to kick your feet behind you. And you want to push with your arms, but push those hips forward. So let's do it one more time. Lay down right here. Lift those legs up. Hands ready. Good. And kick and push. Good job. So again, doing it here with this raised surface is going to help you get your feet under you. If your feet land there, this is what happens a lot of time with front handsprings. The feet land too far in front. They try to pull the head up. The bridge collapses, and then they fall backwards. So remember, we're doing a forward skill. She's going the wrong way. That was an excellent example. Actually, Brooklyn hadn't worked on this in a long time, so she's doing exactly what I want her to do. Is some of the mistakes you're going to have when you're learning this skill. So, again, the problem was your feet fan out there. She didn't push with her arms. It didn't push her forward. She pulled her head up, and it pulled her backwards, and you can see exactly where she landed. But again, that's why this setup's so good. We got it padded and cushioned. You wouldn't want this to be like a wooden block, so you can see how you can fall back on it. That'd be bad. You could also do this if someone was a little bit shorter. Maybe you could do it off the end of a wedge. We have a wedge off where you can't see it. I can see it. You might could do this off the end of a wedge or even down a wedge if you're really good at arching up. So let's do it again. Yeah, lift your legs up. So hands are ready, kick, push. Oh, good. Now she's kicking her feet behind her. That was really good. She didn't have a lot of momentum here, so she had to kick her feet around behind her and push her stomach and chest forward. That's how you get out of that bridge and into the next skill. So, excellent, excellent. So, now the next position we can do this from is a headstand. So remember, we're kind of building up. We're trying to work our way up to being able to do this in a handstand. So in front tumbling, you can either start it with your feet together, just like where our feet are together right now, or you can use a lunge step to start it. So in the same way with the landing, you can land with your feet together or land with your feet stepping out. So it's harder to learn to land with your feet together, so that's what we're going to start with, land with our feet together. So now starting with smaller skills, that's why we're moving up to the headstand instead of trying to make a big jump to a handstand. So we're going to do our pike headstand. Now we worked on this a little bit earlier before, so there's a and there's a little tip to help you learn this that I want to show. But let's go ahead and show you the head spring. So what she's going to do now is stand over here. We're going to start right here and put your hands and your head here. Head got to go in front of your hands. We're going to squat down. You want to be able to push with those legs, so you're going to be on your feet. So we can get a really good push with our legs. You're going to squat. Now scoot back just a little bit. So you want to be on your feet so you can push with your legs. You don't want to be sitting down. So you want to be able to put your hands right here and your head right there to do our headstand. So squat down so you can push with your legs. Yeah, now she looks like she's a little bit too close. So you don't want to jam yourself up. Yeah, that looks better right there. So now she'll be able to push her legs all the way straight. So you're going to put your head right here. So she'll push her legs straight to a pike headstand. Go ahead and push and go right into the kick. There, just like that. So now you can use the push to give you some momentum. But also, you remember when she was on her back and kicking straight up? Don't want to do that on this head spring. This has got more momentum. You'll kick straight up and then just come right down and land flat on the block. No, she did a good job on that one of pushing the legs straight. She got her hips going over past her shoulders, and then she kicked with her legs. So squat. Yeah. Hands down, push those legs straight. Push, kick. There we go. Very good. Excellent. So the drill that I was talking about before is to do this, you have to learn to wait to do the kick. You got to do what we call dragging the toes. It's almost as if once she pushes, she's trying to drag her toes across this mat. And that's so she can get her hips over here, past her shoulders. You got to get your hips going forward, get the momentum going forward, and then kick your legs around and push. So you got to create this forward momentum so that once you kick your legs behind you, it throws you forward, and your arm push throws you forward. So we want everything to get you moving forward. We don't want to kick too soon and go backwards. That sucks all the power out. So, all right, let's do this one more time so we can see this. So she's got to squat, bend those legs so you can push, bend those legs, push. There we go, good. All right, now that's good. Yeah, now we were doing the drag, and so Brooklyn's trying to almost do this without a leg push, and you don't want to do that. You want to do it with the leg push. Just kind of like cheating, isn't it? When you push with the legs, it gives you a whole lot of momentum. So let's go ahead and do one more on this so you push a little bit harder with the legs. So push. Bend those legs and push. There. Oh, that was a good one. Kick. I mean, it was a good bad one. I usually don't get excited about bad ones. But that is the most common mistake, is you push and then you kick too soon, you end up kicking straight up. And you go straight up and then you just come down. You don't have any momentum. So that's where we're going to learn this drill of how to drag your toes to get your momentum going forward. So you're going to have to keep your toes low, wait till your hips get over here, and then do the kick. So get those legs ready. We're going to push, bend those legs, and push. There. See how she went here and she had to kind of work it a little bit to get it over here before she kicked. That is excellent. Now what we're going to do, actually before I show you how to drag your toes into your pike headstand, we're going to do this same skill with a wedge here. And it's the exact same position. You're just going to have to get a little more momentum, a little more jump, and get the head spring going. So now as soon as I mention head springs, remember you don't want all the weight on your head. You shouldn't ever do head springs that way. Actually, you should try to carry as much weight in your arms as you can. And in fact, that's how we progress this up. Because once you can do a head spring, you start carrying more and more weight into your arms until you're just like touching your hair. You're not putting any weight on your head. And then eventually we just want to bend our arms and not touch our head at all. It's the exact same skill, but now it starts becoming a handspring. So eventually you want to have enough momentum that your arms are straight so we can get our good technique in there and good push with those arms. If you're bending your arms too much, it means you don't have enough momentum to do a front handspring. But we're going to start with that and build it up to a front handspring. So we're going to move these mats, set our wedge here, and then we'll do the head spring with the wedge. Mark, sit. All right, we're back. So we're going to be doing the head spring. Now some specifics about the head spring. Remember, you want to put the forehead down, not the top of the head. If you put the top of your head on the mat, as you pike over, your head will just roll under, you'll just end up falling flat on your back. So now, we did a couple of these before, right? So, okay. So this is like our fourth one. So start right over there. You're going to use a little bit of momentum and run. You're going to bounce right here. We're going to do the pike head spring. So let's give it a try. So. Oh, very good. Yeah, she almost rolled too far over on her head. So she needs to keep a little more weight on the arm. Make sure you put the forehead. It's right where the hair starts growing. That's the hairline. So keep your weight in your arms. That way you can control that pike and then kick. All right, now on that one, she couldn't stand up. She bent her legs too soon, and it actually made her hips come back. So again, that's rushing the kick. You got to drag your toes and stay in that pike before you kick with your legs. So we're going to do one more, and then we'll do the drill for how to drag your toes to the pike headstand. So. Whoa, that was a beauty. Yeah, that was a good one. So she kept her toes down, she waited till her hips got way over there, and then she got to the sweet spot and could kick and push, and then everything worked. All this forward momentum pushed her legs came around, that pushed her hips forward, she pushed with her arms, and that pushed her forward. That was nice. So what we're gonna do now is, would you get that laminate page right over there? A lot of gyms have laminated pages. This makes it easier. You can do this if you have socks on or if you have shoes, just something like this. And what she's going to do is lay down on the floor here. So we'll Push that out of the way. It's not here anymore. So we're going to lay down right here flat on your stomach like you're getting ready to do a push-up. We're going to put this under her toes. And what she's going to do is she's going to push up to a pike headstand and let her toes drag on the floor. Drag it up a little bit higher. Stop. Now slide it back down. There we go. Good. So again, drag your toes, drag them on the floor. Drag up to the pike headstand. So you got to push with those arms and lift those hips up. Then back down. So this is a drill we'll do a lot of times with our classes if we're working our head springs. Good. Drag those toes. Come on up. So this is what I'm talking about by dragging your toes. That's going to lift your hips up and get your momentum going forward. All right, lay back down. Very good. Let's come over here and do the same thing. We're going to bring our weight back. We're going to kind of do the same thing going into the headstand here. So let's stand right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to just jump up and kind of pike up and then come back down and land on your feet. So bend your legs and jump. Drag. There we go. And then come back down. So what we're looking for is she keeps her toes down until her hips lean over. Let's do that again. Jump. Bend those legs. Jump. Drag. Now kick to a bridge. There we go. Good. So that kind of shows a little bit more all the positions you need. You need to drag your toes to get those hips over. That gets your forward momentum going. And then we got to kick the legs around and feet under and push with the arms and arch up. So that gives us our head spring with our feet together. So let's do one more. Let's get this out of the way so we don't slide on it. So let's do one more running head spring. Now once you get the motions, you can start speeding it up and try to do this quicker and quicker bounce. There we go, good. Yeah, a little bit late on kicking the legs around, but she had enough push with the arms to arch up. All right, so once you've got this going well, and you know how to arch up, you can actually do this same head spring with a lunge step. Oh gosh. You know, she's saying, oh gosh, because she hadn't even had a chance to practice this yet. But hopefully all that we've learned, all we're doing is just changing the lunge step. Everything else at the end is the same. So take your lunge step right to here and stop. And you're going to put your hands here and your head here. And now you've got a leg to kick with. Now we got a kicking leg. Good. So she's going to kick and push. We're going to bring her feet together and land with her feet together, just like the front limber we've done before. So you want to get a little bit of momentum on that. So it may take 2 or 3 hers for her to figure out how much kick she needs and how much push. So you can really watch and kind of learn how quick she learns this. So give yourself a little bit of room to run. You want to give yourself to do your lunge step here. Hands in the head here, feet land together. Lunge, kick. Good. Now, if you try to do it that slow, you're not going to be able to get it. So we're creating spring here, so you're going to have to create some power. So that may be your first try at it. You might even get to the bridge and arch up, but there won't be any spring in it. Yeah, now she's backing up. Now she's going to, you don't need to back up that much. Come back. So you just need 2 or 3 steps. So you got to kick faster. You got to get those feet over fast, their legs, and push with those arms. Kick, push. Oh yeah, look at there. Just like that, she got a lunge step head spring going. So this is a good little transition skill between a head spring and a hand spring. So now her arms dropped at the end. What we want to do is keep those arms up because we want to be able to do another skill. So we want our arms up, set, reaching. Plus that helps to lift your chest up. Let's do that again. Make sure those feet land together. They land at the same time. So good lunge step. There we go. Good. All right. So to take this to the next step, she's going to have to get more kick. So with this one, you think you can kick a little bit faster? Get those legs around. Let's see how much power we can get in that kick. Kick. Oh yeah, look at there. Now it's getting a lot of momentum. And if you've been through our tumble Rule 6 talks about keeping the legs straight because it creates more power. So everybody knows keeping your legs straight makes your skills look prettier, look better. But this is what we're talking about here. When we start getting into your power skills, you've got to have straight legs and you've got to kick them fast to create that power. So now the next thing we can do is we can take this to a flat mat. Now I'm going to still have a mat here that she can put her hands and her head on, but we're going to be landing on a flat mat. So we're going to take this wedge out of the way, put the 8-inch here and a little trapezoid. You could use paddle mats also. You might even could use a wedge too, where they would run up the wedge and do a head spring off of it. We'll set that up. We'll just try it different ways. So We're going to change the mats up. Be right back. All right, we're back. So, we're going to do our lunge step here, hands in head here, and our feet landing over there. This is our lunge step head spring. Same skill.
Okay.
You got enough room there? Yeah, you want to do 2 or 3 steps, lunge step, and then go from there. Good. Nice. Good. Now finish with your arms up. We don't want to practice our skills incorrectly, especially if I'm standing there.
What?
Go ahead. Right, finish with those arms up. Keep those arms reaching back. Oh, look at there. That was good. Go ahead and finish all the way up, and then if you're going to clean, then you can clean there. We talked about clean with cheerleading, when you clean, when you shouldn't clean. We've talked about that in our rule number 1. Because rule number 1 talks about your arms, always having your arms on your ears. And in fact, in tumbling, since I would like really in cheerleading especially, the front walkover, the running front walkover, always got to tumble into something else. So really I want you, and you're probably never going to finish a front walkover so much and as the end of your tumble pass. It does happen if it does clean. But pretty much the front walkover, you always want to be tumbling into it. And it's really hard to remember to keep those arms up. So I'm going to encourage everybody to always finish their front walkovers, front handsprings with their arms up. So do it again. Yeah, finish with those arms up. Let's not clean at all. So this is our lunge step head spring. Nice, good job, good positions. All right, we're going to do one more. Have you ever done these before?
No.
Oh yeah, she had never done these before. But
Brandon.
so what I want to do before, so we can take it to the next step, is I want you to kick hard. We need to create more spring. Because we want to do this same skill with just our hands on the 8-inch mat next. So you're going to have to kick your legs very fast. Yeah, right. That fast. Fast legs. Boom. Oh, running front walkover. That's the cheap way to learn a front handspring. So this is learning to land with your feet together. This would be if you wanted to advance to front handspring front flip, or if you did want to finish your pass with a front handspring, you'd want to finish with your feet together. Let's land with those feet together. Oh, nice. Now to do it on this mat, you're going to have to kick your legs faster. So let's do one more. We're looking for faster legs.
Crazy legs.
Yeah, crazy fast. Oh, when she goes fast, she does front walkover. She's got that switch in her brain. Oh. I don't know. We might not be able to go to the 8-inch mat today.
I got it.
All right, you got it. She says you got it. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. There we go. So now we're going to take this mat away. Set it right here.
Are you crazy?
No, I'm Coach John. I've been called crazy. But I always say this. No. All right, we're going to, let me see. We're going to put our hands here.
Okay.
And that's kind of a long way down there. So if you don't want to go all the way down and touch your head, you can just bend your arms and just get your head close.
Oh.
Let's do that because that's a long way down there. So
Okay.
she may waste too much energy going all the way down. So you might have enough kick to not have to touch your head. So
Oh.
just like touch your hair.
So I'm still doing a
We're going to do a lunge step front hairspring.
hairspring.
Hairspring, yeah. So kick your legs fast. That's what you're going to have to do to get that momentum. There we go. Now she kept her arm pretty straight. You can do that if you kick your legs faster. But again, the problem is to get down there low, you have to bend your arms some more. So somebody that was just starting out and maybe hadn't done a lot of front walkovers like she's done, but have a little bit easier time of bending your arms. Yeah, go ahead and bend those arms a little bit, maybe halfway. How about that? Maybe that'll be better for you. Yeah, if you can't get all the way down to hairspring, you can just bend your arms and just get halfway down. There you go. Yeah, now this is getting into, notice she's going straight up again, just like we did on the when we were doing the pike and the kick and the head spring. So that's what's happening on this one. The first leg is kicking. It's only making it to here. So that's how these head springs learning to kick this way translates into this front handspring. You've got to get the same forward momentum. This time it's just with the back leg. With that one leg, it can't kick you here and stop. You're not going to get over there. So make sure your first leg kicks through the handstand and over here. That's your goal, is to take that first leg and kick it way over here. And that's that same spot we were trying to kick with the head spring. So more kick with that back leg, that'll pull you right over. So kick, boom, there we go. Good, good, good. Very good. Got that leg over here. Now she's getting enough kick. She's actually just keeping her arms pretty straight, just doing a front handspring. So,
I'm trying to bend.
so since you're strong enough, you're pretty strong, so she can kick. What we're going to do is not worry about your arms and just work on kicking harder. The straighter your arms are, the more kick you have to do this front handspring. So, but you still need to kick the back leg. You need to kick it over more. It needs to be way over there. Kick, boom. There we go. See, now you can see that leg coming over, and now the arch and coming under, and the push. You can see it's all there. All those skills that we've done are in there.
How to get a big run.
Yep. Just got to get more momentum. So this, you can see, it's all about rotation and kick. You've got to get a lot of kick. Get this front handspring going. Let's go one more time. Kick. Nice. Now we're getting over there, getting a nice, clean front handspring going. So.
I like doing front walk overs.
Yep. Now, since she is getting her arms straight, now we can make it more like the floor. Is what we're going to do is we're going to grab that panel mat right over there and put it here, and you're going to step on the panel mat. So that way her step and her hands and her landing are all going to be on the same level, same height for all of these. Now, if someone wanted to do it with their hands here, then you could, see, this is enough room to do your lunge step. Do a lunge step here. So start on the floor down there. So a lot of times I'll use mats like this for round offs, maybe round off back handsprings, and she could do her front handspring like this, but it's going to be easier. Let's do it this way first. Now she'll put one foot here and one foot on the 8-inch mat on the soft mat. If we had it the long way, she would put her hands on the panel mat because of the spacing. So, but we're going to make this more like what you were just doing. So now you're just going to be stepping right here, not your back foot, but your front foot. Put your front foot there. There, like that.
My hands go up?
Yeah, and your hands will go on the soft mat. So this is just exactly what we're doing. We're just adding this for the step. See if she can get everything in the right position. There we go. Good. All the positioning here was good. Anytime you fall back like that, you probably needed more kick, and you definitely need to drive your heels around. Get those feet to come around behind you so it'll push you forward, just like this. Nice. Very good. That is very nice. Now, as we're doing, getting our front handspring going, you really want to pay attention to the shoulder angle. And this is where tumble rule number 3 is really important, is with your front walkovers and especially your front handsprings. And as she's stepping up here, you got to make sure you're bending this lunge leg so you can get your hands out in front of your shoulders. Because you got to be able to get those hands down and push your shoulders back, and that's going to lift you up. If you drop your hands down, your shoulders go forward, you're collapsing into the ground. So, again, this is covered in tumble rule number 2. It's tumbled in our, we work on these tumbling skills also in the basic skill builder workout about pushing the shoulders back. So I'm going to have her do one more. We're going to make sure you're pushing those shoulders back and you're putting those hands down. Nice. And that gave her body didn't go forward at all on that one. Very nice front handspring. So she would continue to work this until she was ready to do it on the floor. Yeah, here's another mat setup for the same front handspring. This time she'll be putting her hands on this mat. It won't be as squishy as that, so actually she'll be able to get a better push. Now she's got a good push going. So. Yeah, the only thing about this setup is you've got to really make sure that you're kicking your leg that way. Yeah, if you stop here and try to drive your feet under, you may land too close to this mat. So don't do this setup until you're really good at kicking that back leg over. Let's do it one more time. Kick that back leg over more. There we go. Yeah, this is her second attempt at it. That time her step, she ran too close to the mat and didn't have enough room to really do a good hurdle. So it kind of messed up her spacing. Let's try it again. Yeah, she'll have to try it a couple of times to get her spacing just right there on her hurdle. There we go. Now she's thinking so much about her spacing, she can't get her kick going fast enough. So, all right, let's try it again then. We're gonna try it again. She's gonna try to get her spacing just right. Or kick. Yeah, her feet aren't quite kicking enough, so they're stopping here, and that's what's making her sit down. So again, you gotta have a lot of kick. Get those legs around and get them under your body. Yeah, remember your kick's not a rainbow. It's gonna be a loop. Your legs have to come around and they come back under. So you need some good forward momentum and really good kick with the back leg. Let's do it again. There you go. Very good. Very nice. All right, now with that, as you're progressing from the head spring into the front handspring, a good skill to work on is your front limber, to know what that is before you start doing the lunge step head spring. So this is a skill you're going to be working separate from the front handspring, or it could be separate from this progression of the head spring to the front handspring. And so we're going to clear this area right here and do the front limber so you'll know what I'm talking about. Because you may have never heard of what a front limber is. All right, let's move these out of the way. Yes. All right, we're back. Doing a front limber on the floor. Basically, it's just a step to a handstand, to a bridge, and arching up. So this is a flexibility skill, not a power skill. But it's the exact same positions you go through or have to do for your front handspring. So, and the time you want to make sure you're working on this is once you start doing the head spring, like off the block and onto the wedge. At the same time, you want to make sure you're doing your front limber, working your handstand to a bridge and arching up. So let's do that. Let's do our handstand bridge, arch up, front limber. Yeah. You want to kick up, show the handstand, arch it over. Good. Remember, with your step, you want to be pushing back, so she just needs more kick. Arms on those ears. Good step, kick, good bridge, and arching it up. Good. So all the same elements are there of the rocking bridge, getting all the weight on the legs, pushing with the fingers, arching up, reaching back, reaching up. So again, review the arch up, our video on the arch on the back bend, on back bend down, arch back up, and our skill builder workout that has all of these skills in them. So in the skill builder, and arch it up. Very good. Nice. Finishing with those arms up. So again, by using all the videos, you can really develop the skills that you need to progress all the way up. So just like I've said before, in the skill builder workout, all these basic skills are in there. So that's how working the skill builder helps you learn skills like the front handspring and back handspring. All right, that's all for today, and we'll see you on the next one. Until then, pay attention to what you're doing, pay attention to positions, and work hard.
I am framed.
You are framed.
Listen to me.